Sri Gurubhyo Namah children, welcome to online session. Today we are going to talk about the story of village Palampur, which is an hypothetical village. We are going to talk about the various developments that has taken place in that particular village. We are going to talk about the different types of transport which are operated in that particular village. We are going to talk about the various other facilities, like we are going to talk about the farming activities, and we are going to talk about the non-farming activities like transport, manufacturing, small scale manufacturing, and we are going to talk about the dairy farming there, and we are going to see in that particular village how multiple cropping is possible, what are the various modern farming techniques they have employed in order to increase the agricultural activity. Moreover, in this village we can talk about the different types of transport, starting from bogies, tongawala, rickshawalas, and jeeps, trucks, tractors, everything we are going to see how this village has been interconnected with the nearby large towns as well as cities, and how is it possible, everything we are going to see. And now I am going to start about the first slide. So this is actually the first slide talks about the it describes about the Palampur village. You see here in this village, we can see the all-weather roads. The roads are all-weather roads. What is all-weather roads? The roads that can be used in different types of weather. Even during the rainy season and even during the winter season, we can use the weather, we can use those roads which is a all-weather road. The roads that is made up of cement concrete. The roads that are made up of cement concretes, we can call it as all-weather roads. So here, as this village has all-weather roads, we can see the different types of transport operated on the all-weather roads. Here we can see the bullock carts. The person who is there who is driving the bullock carts, you can see the bags which has been loaded with different types of food grains. So these people, as they are transporting the goods from one place to another place, so the food grains after harvesting, what they are doing, it has to be sold in the market for profit. So these people, so they are using different types of transport activities are possible here. They are not only moving the people from one place to another place, they are moving the goods, transporting the goods from the supply local to the demand local, from the supply from the industries, it has been moved to the marketplace where profit is available by selling the products. The next one, so Palampur is a well connected with neighboring villages. So it is a well connected, it has been connected with other neighboring villages and towns. So it is a well connected village, so it has been very much, greatly connected with other villages and towns. Raniganj. Raniganj is a big village. So Raniganj is a big village which is 3 kilometers away from Palampur. So this Palampur is very well connected with Raniganj, which is a big village which is 3 kilometers away from the Palampur, and all-weather roads connects the village to Raniganj. So from Palampur, how Palampur is connected to Raniganj, which is a very big village 3 kilometers away from Palampur, because of the all-weather roads. The roads are all-weather roads. What do you mean by all-weather roads? It is a pakka road. The road that is made up of cement concrete. So it can be used in any weather. So any weather, even any weather prevails, we can use that particular road. So it's a all-weather road which is made up of cement concrete. So Palampur is connected with the nearby Raniganj village by the all-weather road, and further to the nearest towns and cities. So nearest town, what is the nearest town when connected to the Palampur village, which is Shahpur. So this Palampur is very well connected with the Raniganj, which is a larger village 3 kilometers away from Palampur. How is it possible? Because of the all-weather road. Here the roads are made up of cement concrete, so it can be used in any weather. And moreover, this Palampur village is connected with the nearby town which is known as Shahpur. So Palampur has been linked with a large village Raniganj 3 kilometers away from Palampur, and the town which is very closer to the Palampur village was Shahpur, and we can see different types of transport in the Palampur village. So many kinds of bullock carts, we can see different types of bullock carts are available, tongas, bogies loaded with jaggery. So what they will do, these bullock carts are filled with loads of food grains. So what they will do, usually after harvesting is over, they will collect, they will store the food grains, they will pile up the food grains, they will be collecting it, they will be collecting it in a bag, and these food grains are moved from one place to another place with the help of different types of transport activities. So here we can see different types of transport activities. Bullock carts are available, tonga walas are there available. So with the help of the different types of transport which is available in village Palampur, they can able to load the goods in the bullock carts. And particularly when you talk about the jaggery, so very important commodity. So these are loaded in the bullock carts, and they are taken away from the village Palampur to the nearby towns and nearby villages, so that people, they can sell these commodities and they can earn profit, and other commodities to motorcycles, jeeps, tractors and trucks. Not only bullock carts, bogies are available, even the other type of transport we can see in the village Palampur. It can be a truck, tractor, jeep, etc. So this slide completely talks about it is a well connected village. So this Palampur is connected with a large village which is Raniganj, 3 kilometers away from Palampur, and the nearby town that is connected with Palampur is Shahpur. And moreover, we can see a all-weather road in Palampur. That's why they can able to transport the people as well as the commodities from one place to another place. As the roads are Pakka roads here, which is made up of cement concrete, so it was very easy for the people to transport the goods from one place to another place. So the commodities, what they will do, they will load the commodities in the bullock carts, and these commodities, particularly jaggery, they are taken from the village Palampur and they will be selling it in the nearby villages and towns for profit. Moreover, when you talk about the different types of transport here, we can start the bogies, tongas are available. Not only this, we are having the other means of transport like trucks, tractors, jeep, etc. So all these are talking about the well-developed village of Palampur. And when you talk about the population in Palampur, so nearly 450 families live in Palampur. So Palampur village has nearly 450 families belonging to different castes. So we can see different caste people living in village Palampur. So here actually there are 450 families living in the Palampur village who belong to different castes. So we can see people who belong to different castes who live in Palampur village. So totally there are 450 families. The 80 upper caste families own the majority of land. Nearly 80 families, they belong to upper caste. So there were upper caste and lower caste people. So nearly 80 families, they belong to the upper caste people. These upper caste people are rich people. These upper caste people are rich people. So they have, most of the lands were owned by the upper caste people. So the nearly out of 450 families, nearly 80 families, they belong to upper caste family. They belong to the rich category. They have money. They owned large quantity of lands. They were the landowners. They are the landowners in that village. As they are having large quantity of land, as they own large quantity of land, so these people, they belong to upper caste people. Moreover, they belong to the rich category. They owned most quantity of the large quantity of lands were owned by these people. We can call them as landlords. And Palampur has 2 primary schools. So when you talk about the education, there are 2 primary schools in Palampur and 1 high school. So primary school from 1 to 5. High school means from 6 to 10. So there are 2 primary schools where people can send their children to continue their education, and high school is also there. So they can send their children to the primary school to continue from 1 to 5, and from 6 to 10 they can send the children to the high school. So here when you talk about the educational facilities, so there are 2 primary schools available in that particular village. So people, they can send their children to the primary schools from 1 to 5, and one high school is also there, so where they can continue with the 6 to 10 standard. So these are the educational opportunities. The people, even poor people, they can send the children to the government schools where they can get where they can access to education. So this is one of the important development. There is a primary health center. Every village you can see. Every village if you go, you can see a primary health center. A building will be there. A small building will be there where you can see a doctor and a nurse. So usually, people, those who are living in that particular locality, those who are living in that particular village, the poor people, they can go to the primary health center and they need not pay money. They were given free treatment. So when you talk about the Palampur village, totally it has 450 families. So out of 450 families, nearly 80 families, they belong to the upper caste families. So there were upper caste and lower caste people who lived in Palampur, and 80 families, they belong to upper caste families. And these upper caste people, they are rich people. They owned large quantity of land. We can call them as landlords also. As they had large quantity of land, they owned large quantity of land. Moreover, when you talk about the Palampur village, there are 2 primary schools available. 2 primary schools were set up in that village, and one high school is also there. So people, they can send their children to the school in order to get educational opportunities. And there is a primary health center which has a small building where you can see a doctor and nurse who offers free treatment for the poor people, those who are living there. So this is about the distribution of population in village Palampur. And we are going to talk about the occupation. Farming is the main occupation in the village. Agriculture. Farming activity. Farming is the main activity, main occupation of the Palampur village. The other production activities, not only farming, apart from farming, there were other non-farming activities other than agriculture. They had other activities also, non-farming activities, which includes, they had non-production activities that includes small manufacturing units. They had small manufacturing units in their villages. So people, what they will do with the money, what they have in their hand, they started to have small domestic units. For example, these people, they started to, they started to involve in, using, bamboo. They started to make, different articles from bamboo. So they started to make baskets from bamboo. And these people, by selling these, products in the market, they had profit. So some people, they had their own business. With their money, what they had in their hands, they started to involve themselves in different activities. So from these activities, they got profit. So usually, when you see here, bamboo, basket making from bamboo. So they will get the bamboo from that is the raw material for making baskets. So they will get the raw material, the money what they have in their hand. They are not going to engage the laborers, the family members or the laborers, the family members. They will share the work in the domestic units. Usually, these domestic units will be in the village. So their house, in the house itself, they will start their business. So they cannot engage the laborer from outside because they don't have money to pay for them. So each and every stage of activity has been shared by the family members. The family members, they will equally share the, different activities, different stages. All these work will be carried over by the family members, and with the money, whatever they had in their hand, they will be running, they will be operating the small manufacturing units. Mostly it will be in the, in their house, even in small house, they will make a, they will have a, is that they will allot for this what is that manufacturing, small manufacturing, the small domestic units, and they are not going to engage what is that agricultural laborers. Their family members, they will act as a labor here. So whatever they had in their hands, they will be starting with the manufacturing. And apart from that, some people we can see operating the transport. Some people, they earned money by operating the transport. They not only moved the people from one place to another place, they moved the goods also, commodities from one place to another place. So some people, they involved in transport activity. For the work they have done, they will be paid for that. So some people, they acted as transport drivers. So these people, what they will do? They not only moved the people, they moved the goods also from one place to another place. For the service, what they have done, they will be paid for that. So apart from farming, even though farming is the main activity, other non-farming activities also carried over in village Palampur. What are they? Some people, they involved in small manufacturing units, for example basket making from bamboo. So from bamboo they started to make baskets. So whatever money they had in their hands, with that they have started the small business. So usually these business units will be in their houses, small domestic units, they will be carried over in their houses. Their family members will act as laborers here. So they need not spend for laborers also, and they need not hire laborers from outside. And some people, they involved in transport activity. Some people, they start to operate the transport. They got money, they earned money by operating the transport. They not only moved the people from one place to another place, they transported the commodities from the supply local to the demand local. And some people, they had shopkeeping, they had small petty shops. They started to run petty shops where they were able to sell different types of different items. They were able to satisfy the needs of the customers. So usually these small shops will be very closer to the bus stands, very closer to the railway stations, or very closer to the schools, so that they can attract the people towards their items, and they can earn money. So some people, they started to have small petty shops. So the shopkeeping, so they had small petty shops where we can see different items in that particular shop. Usually these petty shops will be very closer to the bus stand, railway station, or schools, where movement will be greater. So they wanted to attract the people towards their product. So usually these types of shops we can see near the bus stands, near the railway stations, or near the schools, where movement of the people will be greater. Moreover, these people, those who are running small shops, what they will do? They will move to the towns. They will move to the nearby towns, and whatever they need, they will get it from the wholesalers at reasonable price, from wholesale shop. Whatever they wanted to sell in their retail shops, what they will do? They will move to the towns, nearby towns. They will get the items, whatever they need for the shops, from the wholesalers who are operated in the nearby towns. From the wholesalers, they can get it at cheaper price. So these things will be brought from the towns, and it will be sold in the villages. So like this, they started to satisfy the needs of the consumers. So apart from, even though farming is the main activity, we can see other activities also in Palampur. That is, some people, they are involved in small manufacturing units, for example basket making. So they started to invest in bamboo. They started to get the raw material with the money whatever they had in their hands. Mostly these manufacturing units will be operated in small domestic units in their houses. And whatever they have made, that will be sold in the market, and they will be earning money. Some people, they were transport drivers. Some people, they started to operate the transport. They started to move the goods and people from one place to another place. Some people, they were interested in shopkeeping. They started to have small shops, petty shops, in front of the bus stands, railway stations, as well as near the schools, so that they can attract the people towards their product. So these people, these shopkeepers particularly, they will move to the nearby towns in order to get the things whatever they need for their shops. They will get the items from the wholesalers who are there in the towns at reasonable price, and they will be bringing it, and they will be selling this at somewhat higher price in the particular village. They started to satisfy the needs of the consumers in that particular village. And moreover, All these activities, it required natural resources, human effort and money. Is it not? Whichever activity you are going to carry, there is a farming activity, there is a constructional activity, there is a transport activity or small manufacturing units, we need some natural resources, we need land for everything. Is it not? Natural resources. Apart from that, we need human labor also, human beings, laborers are greatly required. Apart from that, we need money. So land is required, labor is required, capital is also required. Whatever may be the production activity, we need the factors for production activity. Any activity requires a land. And whether it is an agricultural activity, as an industrial activity or any constructional activity, we need laborers, we need skilled laborers as well as manual laborers. Apart from that, money plays a greater role. Capital is very important requirement for any activity to be started. So this slide completely talks about the occupation of village Palampur. Even though farming is the main activity, the people, they started to involve in other non-farming activities. It can be a running small manufacturing units, it can be a transport operation, it can be a small shopkeeping. So all these people, they need land, which is a natural resource. Apart from that, they had they have to engage the laborers. Already I told you, as these people are operating the small domestic units, they need not hire labor from outside. So the family members, they will act as laborers. Apart from land and labor, they need capital also. Money plays a greater role. Every activity, we need all these resources. So this slide talks about the occupation, that is farming, and other than farming, other non-farming activities also included. The next one, the 4 factors of production we are going to see now. So what is the first factor? Labor is the first factor. What is the second factor? Land. So the first factor is labor. So labor, people, laborers, those who are going to work, so they play a greater role. We need people to work to involve themselves in any activity, whether it is an agricultural activity, whether it is a industry, whether it is a construction of dam, construction of bridges, construction of roadways, whatever it is, construction of roads. Everywhere we need laborers. Some activities require skilled laborers, educated people, highly educated people. So people, depending upon their education, they will gain their knowledge and skill. So industries particularly, when they wanted to involve in repairing work, so we need educated people there. They should know very well about that particular machine, then only they can involve themselves in repairing activity. So some activities require skilled laborers, other activities require manual laborers. So labor play a greater role. Land, whichever activity you are going to carry, whether it is a farming activity, industrial activity, setting up of dams, building up of roads, setting up of factories, whatever it is. So all these activities require land. So land plays a very important, land requirement is very important criteria. The third one, we are going to talk about capital. The third factor of production is capital, money. Money makes many things, you know. So money is greatly required for every activity, whether it is a small activity or larger activity, whether it is a farming activity or industrial activity, whatever it is. So whatever you want to involve yourself, you need money. So the first one I told about the labor. Every activity requires the need of the laborers. We need, some activities require skilled laborers, educated people. Depending upon their education, they would have acquired skill. So those skilled laborers are involved in certain activities. Some activities requires manual laborers. And what is the second requirement I told you? Land. For any construction, for any activity, we require a land, which is a natural resource. It can be a, agricultural activity, it can be industrial activity, construction of industries, or it can be building up of dams, or building up of roads. Everything requires land. So land is the second criteria. What is the third criteria? Capital. So capital plays a greater role, money plays a greater role. Whichever activity, whichever business you want to start, we need money. Is it not? For every stage of production, we need money, whether it's an agricultural production or industrial production, every stage we requires money. We require money. So capital plays the third important factor. The last one is entrepreneurship organization. We did an organization. The new people who wanted to start a business, or the people, those who have harvested their crops and those who are ready to sell their crops in the markets. So entrepreneurship organization is greatly required in order to build up the production activity, in order to increase the production activity. So all these are the various factors of production. So this slide completely talks about the factors of production. I told about labor. So laborers are greatly required, whether it's an agricultural activity or industrial activity, or setting up of building up of dams or building up of roads. Every activity require labor. Some activities require skilled laborers. Software software technology. So we need software engineers there. Is it not, who are highly skilled? Is it not? So depending upon the education, they will acquire the knowledge and skill. So these people, they are involved in some special activities. Other activities require manual labor. And the next one I told about land, whether it's an agriculture or industry or building up of dams or building up of roads, everything we need a land. Land plays a greater role. And what is the third factor I told you? Capital. Money plays a greater role, is it not? Whether if you want to start any business, or if you want to involve yourself in agricultural activity, or if you want to set up an industry, or whatever it is. So money plays a greater role. We need to invest capital also. What is the last one? Entrepreneurship or enterprise. We can talk it as an organization. So organization is very, very important factor, where the new individuals, those who are eager to set up a business, or once the crop is harvested, they wanted to sell it in the market. So what they will do? They will, load the food grains, they will bring to the nearby towns, they will be selling their products in the market and they will be getting profits. So these are the four factors of production. So up to this, I am stopping today. We will see the remaining activities and we are going to see in detail about these factors of production. We are in the next slide, I am going to talk about the various details I am going to give about the factors of production. Not only that, we are going to see the multiple cropping model farming techniques in Palampur, and we are going to talk about the non-farming activities, how they can able to get the non-farming activities, who are the laborers, and how these people, how they are managing the capital. Everything we are going to see in detail. I want everybody to go through up to this. So the next class I will be recapitulating whatever I have completed, then we will move on to the next one. Thank you, children.